Imagine you've worked or studied the entire day and you don't feel like going for a run or doing any kind of physical or mental work anymore. But it's vitally important for your life goals to do that extra work. It could be the bridge between the life you're living and the life you want to live. So what do? Well, simple. You open YouTube and listen to a monologue by one of the biggest badass characters in the history of pop culture. You guessed right, we're talking about Vegeta. The battle-hungry, hard-boiled Saiyan turned loving husband and family man. The journey of Vegeta is one of the best examples of character development in the vast multiverse of the Dragon Ball saga. Despite being domesticated by the fierce and feisty Bulma, Vegeta never compromised on his training. He would set impossible goals for himself and then, with sheer will and hard work, he'd achieve them. One of his lifelong desires has been to surpass his fellow Saiyan Goku in strength, and he did it in the Dragon Ball Super manga by unlocking Ultra Ego. It's an impressive power level that he achieved through his training with the God of Destruction of Universe 7, Lord Beerus. In this video, we'll explore the origins and specifics of Vegeta's Ultra Ego in detail. How does it work exactly? How is it different from Goku's Ultra Instinct? Without wasting any more time, let's dive right into it. The origins of Vegeta's Ultra Ego. The journey to Ultra Ego began in the pages of the Dragon Ball Super manga, specifically during the Granola the Survivor saga. But before delving into that, we have to remember Vegeta's audacious personality, as in the Dragon Ball universe, power-ups are also related to personality. Akira Toriyama gave the anime world a perfect anti-hero in the form of Vegeta. This prideful and hard-boiled Saiyan was a ruthless warrior who looked down upon his enemies and had no hesitation killing anyone who crossed his path. But underneath that tough exterior was a person dealing with the loss of his family and his people in his own peculiar ways. Vegeta's pride never let him admit that he wasn't always the strongest on a battlefield, but he was constantly humiliated and humbled by Frieza, who often used him to do his dirty work. During the Namek saga, he accepted his defeat against the mighty power of Frieza. It was his interactions with Goku, a low-class warrior who was able to change his heart, that led Vegeta to attaining the incredible feat of Super Saiyan, which reignited his Saiyan pride. Vegeta saw that a Saiyan was capable of anything, and that pushed him to train as hard as possible. He went to work and he never stopped. And he was rewarded with not only Super Saiyan power, but way beyond that as well. However, it wasn't enough to defeat the Cerealian warrior named Granola. In the manga, this warrior, who possessed immense strength, attacked Goku and Vegeta. The reason behind his assault was that sometime in the past, the barbaric Saiyans had brutalized his people and wiped out their entire population. He was seeking revenge on all the Saiyans, believing them to be a race of evil barbarians. Granola, who uses his planet's Dragon Balls to become the strongest warrior in the universe at the cost of his lifespan. The Heaters manipulate Goku and Vegeta into fighting Granola, but in a surprising and spectacular fashion, Granola beats Goku to a pulp. Yes, as hard as that is to believe, he defeats Goku in a free and fair fight and knocks him unconscious. At this point, it was obvious that the Dragon Balls had worked perfectly, and Granola was indeed the strongest fighter in the universe. Next in line for Granola's assault was, of course, Vegeta, the soft-spoken and rational Saiyan who accepted his defeat after seeing his friend getting manhandled. Just kidding. Vegeta doesn't care how powerful his opponent is or what chances he has to survive a fight, he's never gonna back down. And he didn't. In fact, he faced Granola with his quintessential attitude, exchanging harsh words and intimidating his opponent, who was obviously more powerful than him. The battle begins with a fierce exchange of blows, showcasing both fighters' immense strength and speed. Granola, with his newly acquired powers, proves to be a formidable opponent. His precision and sniper-like abilities give him an edge, allowing him to land critical hits on Vegeta. But despite getting his ass handled by Granola, Vegeta looked totally in control. In the middle of their fight, Goku woke up and tried to tag team with Vegeta, but to his surprise, the latter bitch-slapped him. It was bound to happen. You can't insinuate that the Prince of All Saiyans isn't strong enough to beat the strongest warrior in the universe. Come on, Goku, how dare you? Anyways, as the fight between the prideful and prejudiced intensifies, Vegeta decides to unveil his new form, Ultra Ego. This transformation shocks Granola and gives Vegeta a significant power boost. Ultra Ego's appearance, with its purple aura and more aggressive demeanor, symbolizes Vegeta's new mindset and abilities, that he has accepted his darker side and wants to embrace it for the greater good. Ultra Ego Vegeta thrives on taking damage and growing stronger from it. This ability to get stronger with each hit he takes surprises Granola and changes the dynamic of the fight. Vegeta's relentless assault and increasing power puts Granola on the defensive. Big G is no pushover though. He uses his heightened senses and precise attacks to target Vegeta's vital points. The fight becomes a brutal back and forth, with both warriors pushing each other to their limits. However, their battle is interrupted by the arrival of Monaido, the old Namekian guardian of Granola, who reveals the truth about the Heater's role in the destruction of the Cerealian race. Monaido explains that it was actually the Heaters who orchestrated the destruction by manipulating Frieza and his forces. The Heater's ultimate goal is to overthrow Frieza and become the rulers of the universe. They plan to use Granola, Goku, and Vegeta as pawns in their schemes. This revelation leads to a temporary ceasefire, and the conflict shifts from a direct battle to addressing the larger threat posed by the Heaters. Goku, Vegeta, and Granola find themselves having to deal with the Heaters' schemes and their ambition to seize control of the universe. The God of Destruction within, unveiling a new power source. The most notable and exciting aspect of this fight was Vegeta's new transformation, Ultra Ego, because for some reason, Vegeta hasn't had any badass power-ups for a long time. It was always either Goku or Gohan who would extend the limit of Saiyan power, and an enraged Vegeta would soon follow. Ultra Ego is special because it's uniquely suited for Vegeta. But how exactly did Vegeta unlock this treasure chest? Before getting into that, consider giving a thumbs up to this video. It's easier than training with Vegeta, and it helps us bring really awesome videos like this one right to you. Anyways, Vegeta was trained by Beerus, the god of destruction, and he taps into a destructive power that contrasts sharply with Goku's Ultra Instinct. Ultra Ego emphasizes raw power and aggression, allowing Vegeta to grow stronger as he takes damage, embodying the spirit of destruction. But it's quite unusual for the eccentric god of destruction of Universe 7 to spend his precious time training someone, considering that he could be using that time visiting Bulma and enjoying delicacies. The best guess we have is that Beerus recognized Vegeta's immense potential and saw an opportunity to further develop his abilities. Vegeta's determination and relentless drive to become stronger made him a worthy candidate for such training. Beerus enjoys being around strong warriors and often seeks new challenges. Training Vegeta allowed Beerus to witness firsthand the growth of a powerful Saiyan warrior, which aligned with his interests. Beerus and Whis have been observing the increasing power levels of Goku and Vegeta. We know Whis trained Goku, which significantly increased his power. By training Vegeta, Beerus wanted to maintain a balance of power between the two Saiyans. This balance is crucial as it ensures that both warriors continue to push each other to new heights. One of the key aspects of Beerus' training was teaching Vegeta the Hakai technique, which is the power of destruction used by the gods of destruction. The training also focused on Vegeta's personal growth, helping him to understand and embrace the mindset of a god of destruction. This involved letting go of certain attachments and adopting a more ruthless approach to combat when necessary. Being ruthless wasn't a problem for Vegeta, but letting go of attachments wasn't as easy. I mean, we all remember the famous, "That's my Bulma!" Unlike Goku, who sought the serene and defensive techniques of Ultra Instinct, Vegeta's path was marked by a desire to harness a different kind of power, one that resonated with his Saiyan nature and his role as a warrior, and Beerus understood that. He recognized Vegeta's uniqueness and his intrinsic Saiyan pride and introduced him to the concept of destructive power. Characterized by raw and aggressive energy, this power required Vegeta tap into his darker instincts to embrace the destructive tendencies that he had often struggled to control. Through rigorous training and a deep understanding of his own nature, Vegeta was able to unlock Ultra Ego, a transformation that symbolizes his acceptance of his inherent destructive power. How Ultra Ego turns damage into power. Ultra Ego thrives on aggressive instincts and raw power, making its users exponentially more powerful than before. The core mechanism of Ultra Ego lies in its ability to convert damage into power. Vegeta actively seeks out and revels in pain and damage he sustains during a fight. Rather than avoiding hits, he embraces them, knowing that each blow he endures will make him stronger. This mindset is a heightened version of the Saiyan trait of becoming stronger after recovering from injuries, but with Ultra Ego, the effect is immediate. As Vegeta takes hits, his energy and power levels increase. This transformation allows him to convert the pain and damage inflicted upon him into a source of strength, visibly enhancing his aura and physical prowess. The destructive energy associated with the gods of destruction amplifies Vegeta's abilities and ki attacks, which grow more potent as he takes more damage. In battle, this results in an aggressive and relentless fighting style. Vegeta charges into combat with little regard for his own safety, knowing that the more he's hurt, the stronger he becomes. This approach can overwhelm opponents who are unprepared for such an onslaught. Imagine someone with Ultra Ego confronting Frieza in Dragon Ball Z. It would be terrifying, even for the sadistic space pirate who loves inflicting pain upon his opponents. The sight of Vegeta growing stronger with each hit would be so demoralizing and confusing for any of his adversaries. It gives him a huge psychological edge over opponents who don't know this transformation. However, this reckless nature is a double-edged sword. While taking damage increases his power, it also means he constantly puts himself in harm's way. The lust for Ultra Ego's power can take over the user's mind. If getting hit gives you power, it's not unusual that you'd try to get hit by a bullet train. But that's as stupid as it sounds, because you'd be dead before Ultra Ego was awakened. A prime example of Ultra Ego's mechanics are seen in the Vegeta vs Granola battle, where, despite enduring heavy hits, Vegeta's strength continues to grow, pushing Granola to his limits and showcasing the unique power of Ultra Ego. But if Granola had been clever enough, he would have exploited this vulnerability, potentially causing catastrophic damage to Vegeta if he hadn't been cautious. The duality of power and vulnerability. Ultra Ego is an extremely tricky transformation. On one hand, it can give its users immense power boosts and ferociousness like the God of Destruction. It enhances combat skills, making the user more aggressive and ruthless. Their battle instincts are heightened, allowing them to exploit their enemies' weaknesses and fight with greater efficiency and brutality. On the other hand, it also puts its user at great risk of not just losing the battle, but also becoming completely useless in the middle of battle. To harness Ultra Ego, Vegeta deliberately took hits from Granola during their battle, but there was no guarantee that it would actually work. There was a possibility that the damage taken by Vegeta was either too extreme or not enough for Ultra Ego to activate. This is the reason we said that one must master Ultra Ego before using it. In the specific case of Vegeta, the aggressive nature of Ultra Ego often leads him to adopt a reckless fighting style in the manga. This can cause him to take unnecessary risks, potentially exposing himself to critical damage. His focus on offense may leave him vulnerable to well-timed counterattacks. For example, Black Frieza, a transformation that Frieza achieved after rigorously training for 10 years in a hyperbolic time chamber, was able to knock down Vegeta's Ultra Ego in just one hit. During the Granola fight, Vegeta's body was rapidly draining, and his battle time was significantly reduced. This tells us that maintaining the form also requires a significant amount of energy and stamina. Prolonged battles can lead to exhaustion, reducing the fighter's effectiveness and leaving them susceptible to defeat. While taking damage increases power, it also means that Vegeta's body endures considerable strain. This paradox of gaining strength through pain can push his physical limits, making it challenging to sustain the form over extended periods. Ultra Ego demands a specific mindset, one that embraces destruction and a lack of hesitation. While this is in line with Vegeta's Saiyan warrior persona, it also goes against his Earthling personal values and his growth as a character. He maintains a rough demeanor, but has become a soft family man, which of course he wouldn't admit. The mental strain of maintaining this ruthless persona can affect his focus and decision-making during battles. Intelligent and strategic opponents can exploit this form's weakness. Knowing that Vegeta becomes stronger with damage, a cunning adversary might use tactics that avoid direct confrontation or aim to outlast his stamina, turning his power against him. Distinguishing Ultra Ego from Ultra Instinct. To put it in simple terms, Ultra Ego is as different from Ultra Instinct as Beerus is from Whis or Vegeta from Goku. To properly understand the difference between both forms, let's first understand each of them separately. Ultra Instinct is based on the user's ability to move and react instinctively without conscious thought. It taps into a state of heightened awareness and reflexes. Ultra Instinct excels in defense, allowing the user to dodge attacks with minimal effort and counter them with precision. The form prioritizes avoiding damage rather than enduring it. The user's body moves independently of conscious thought, leading to unparalleled speed and reflexes. This makes it extremely difficult for opponents to land hits. The form is associated with divine energy and is often linked to the training received from angels like Whis. Ultra Instinct requires the user to achieve a state of calm and detachment, allowing their body to react naturally to threats. The transformation emphasizes a harmonious and balanced approach to combat, focusing on precision and efficiency over brute force. In Ultra Instinct, Goku's appearance includes silver hair and eyes, with a shimmering ethereal aura. His movements become fluid and effortless. On the other hand, Ultra Ego draws from the destructive power of a god of destruction and not from the angels. It's fueled by the user's aggressive and combative nature. The form thrives on the user's willingness to engage in and endure battle. The more damage Vegeta takes, the stronger he becomes, as his fighting spirit and desire to dominate increase. Ultra Ego requires the user adopt a mindset that embraces destruction and ruthlessness. It involves a willingness to destroy anything on the path to victory. The transformation emphasizes an aggressive, offensive fighting style, prioritizing power and dominance over finesse. Vegeta's appearance in Ultra Ego includes a more muscular physique, with his hair turning a darker purple hue and his eyes becoming more intense. A distinct aura of destructive energy surrounds him. One can see the enhancement in physical strength, speed, and combat skills, allowing for a brutal and overpowering fight style. The form's power increases with damage taken, leading to continuous growth during battle, but also making the user susceptible to cumulative damage and exhaustion. The difference is clear. Ultra Ego and Ultra Instinct are fundamentally and philosophically different from each other. Ego emphasizes aggression, destruction, and battle lust. Instinct focuses on calmness, detachment, and instinctual reactions, demanding the user achieve power through precision, speed, and the ability to avoid damage. Ultra Ego is purely offensive. It relies on offensive strength and resilience, grows stronger with damage, maintains an aggressive stance, and promotes ruthlessness. We can say that Ultra Ego even propels its user to get into battle rather than avoid it, with a promise of offering increased power, whereas Ultra Instinct, being defensive in nature, propels the user to avoid getting into unnecessary battles. Needless to say, both forms are quite in sync with the nature of their users. Despite the difference, both forms complement each other. Ultra Ego and Ultra Instinct represent two sides of the same coin in the Dragon Ball Super universe. While Ultra Ego embodies the raw destructive power and aggressive nature of a god of destruction, Ultra Instinct represents the serene, instinctual movement and defensive mastery associated with divine beings. These transformations highlight the diverse approaches to achieving ultimate power and the complex interplay of strength and strategy throughout the series. The Dragon Ball Super manga gave our heroes some ridiculous power-ups that are inconceivable for a human mind. Each fight is able to cause planetary destruction, but the story has moved way beyond that. Now, it's not so much about a bunch of aliens fighting for resources and survival, it's about gods and angels. The introduction of Beerus, Whis, and the multiverse has opened a new realm for fighters like Goku and Vegeta, and the way things are going, it's quite possible that these characters, who have already reached the realm of the gods, may well attain divinity. Marvelous verdict! The Dragon Ball universe is constantly facing new and powerful threats. By training Vegeta, Beerus ensured that the Saiyan would be better prepared to handle these dangers, ultimately benefiting the stability of the universe. And Ultra Ego is a necessary addition to Vegeta's arsenal. It fits well with his nature, his evolution as a warrior, and his willingness to embrace new forms of power. With a peculiar ability to turn damage into fuel for an unstoppable offensive force, the duality of power and vulnerability inherent in Ultra Ego adds depth to Vegeta's character and his strategy in battle. It's a testament to his character and his relentless pursuit of power, embodying the essence of a true Saiyan warrior. As Vegeta continues to explore the depths of his potential, Ultra Ego stands as a powerful and transformative force, shaping his destiny and the future of the Dragon Ball universe. By distinguishing itself from Ultra Instinct, Ultra Ego underscores the unique paths of Goku and Vegeta, highlighting their contrasting approaches to power and combat. As the Dragon Ball series continues to evolve, transformations like Ultra Ego keep the narrative dynamic and exciting, ensuring that fans remain engaged with the enduring saga of Saiyan warriors. What do you think about Vegeta's Ultra Ego? What's the most interesting thing about this awesome transformation? Do you think Ultra Ego is more powerful than Goku's Ultra Instinct? Let us know your thoughts down below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Marvelous Anime. This is Wizard Wheezy signing off for now, but you can always find me on Twitch. Thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and have a marvelous day.